I'm going to go through the 2-year-olds real quick for you guys because, quite frankly, I did a pretty in-depth list. Well, I did my top 20 list. I did my top... First, it was supposed to be top 10. Then it was top 20. Then I had to insert horn player and kick out someone, poor Crantini. We had some honorable mentions. So I'm going to go through this list with everybody, just so everybody knows where they stand. Absolute Euphoria is swimming right now. Nothing was found with this filly wrong, but I mean, there was something there. So I think it was just something minor. Maybe she bruised herself. Who knows? But she went up to swim with Jared for a little while. She'll be up there another 2.5 weeks or so, and then we'll get her back in full training. Always charming, looks great on the track. James is very impressed with him Wednesday. Jimmy liked him yesterday. Anchors Up continues to improve. Won his set, I was told yesterday, and looked very, very good doing it. Austral Hanover won his set. So 2 huge, well, I mean, Anchors Up I knew would come and had the ability and the looks like he would come. Austral Hanover, I was getting very, very concerned with him, but come up with a good training mile on Saturday and before that on Wednesday, so good for him.
Hey, Dad.
Brace for landing. Yes, sweetheart.
Hey, my mommy.
We're going home right now. See, Mommy. Brace for Landing came in at number 8 on my list and looked good yesterday. Has looked good, and I suspect that 8 could easily turn into a 1 by the time the middle of the summer comes along. This horse is doing everything we've asked him to and looks very good on the track. Captain in the Air, even he looks okay on the track. I mean, I would like to see him do more, but we're going to give him a wide berth here. This is a big, heavy colt that is sound and continues to do his pace well and look good on the track. I expect and hope he'll come forward. If he doesn't, then he'll find his way onto the sailboard the same as the other 2 so far. Carter Michael Dio has been great, continues to look great, and looked great Wednesday. Yesterday jumped over a bell boot that was discarded, that was left on the track from another horse during the training mile. So Carter Michael Dio jumped over it, made a little mistake. But a rare mistake for Carter Michael Dio. It's snowy and overcast, but still bright. I'm sneezing like a bugger. So Carter Michael Deal looks good. Cash Deals is coming on. Looked good yesterday, looked good Wednesday. Very happy with what I've seen from Cash Deals lately. Chocolate for Lunch looked very good. Debbie went with Chocolate for Lunch yesterday and was right there finishing at the wire with us. Looked very good. Columbus made a break yesterday, but James thought it was more attributed to no Murphy blind inside. He said, I will take it off. I didn't want to, but at the same time, hey, we'll see what happens. That won't happen again. So Columbus, and he thought his hobbles were a little long. I thought the horse was great on Wednesday, so this little break on Saturday, I'm not worried at all about it. Coupe de Ville came in on our list, I'm going to say 16, 15, somewhere around there. 16, I think. Coupe de Ville has looked awesome. Awesome. That's how deep our barn is right now. I know how good she's looked, and I know how good she could be. I just noticed it. And I know how good she could be. So for me to put her in at 16 just goes to show exactly how strong our barn is right now, at least in March, training down. Crantini got a short bump from number 20 to first also eligible thanks to Horn Player, me seeing Horn Player late. But Crantini, again, another horse that has lots to offer, lots of speed, lots of breeding. I like this horse, and I think he's going to be a nice horse for us. But there were 20 that I could find a little bit better yesterday. Heading into yesterday, sure, we're taking into account what I believe they can become, but there has to be an effort to stay grounded here. So we have to look at what they've done so far also. And quite frankly, there were 20 horses that belonged on the list, just a hair ahead of him. Cunning Connie, a little sick yesterday. Here's a filly that didn't make the list, I think, mostly because she was sick last week. There were some horses on there that I got thinking about it later. Maybe Connie could have been on that list, but didn't. But again, just goes to show you how the depth of our charts when we're above 20, talking about how good the horses have been training, and Cunning Connie has. Cutie Cumber come in at number 3, maybe a surprise to some people. I just think the world of this filly. I think she's got a very bright future, and I can't wait to see how she is in the coming months. Depend on it has found his way on gate. We are going to start moving some of the horses along that I just don't see a path forward. I just don't see it in 2022, and I can't in good faith pave roads for horses just on hopes and dreams and possibilities. If there just isn't enough there for me to bring you an honest case of why we're going to continue on or turn that horse out, then I'm not going to. And that's exactly the position we're in, would depend on it. Dream of Credit was close to that position also. Johnny saved him. Johnny said, no, Anthony, this horse looked pretty good the other day. Yeah, he pulled up a little bit, but he was by himself, trotting flawlessly, and I think he was going to go a mile and 2:30 or so. Okay, then there's no reason to get rid of him. Enzo Aguelo could easily have been number one. You guys know that. I just thought that I didn't want to continue to show favoritism when there are other horses that look good out there also. Now, my number one pick of the entire top 20, I'm giving you spoilers here, I guess, but my number one top pick has never beat Enzo and has never been as flashy as Enzo right now. A lot that went into my top pick of that top 20 was forecasting. What I believe, I truly believe, I don't want to give her name away, I guess. The fact that you know she's a filly's enough. You're going to have to watch the list, but what went into making her number one was just a voice in my head saying she has something. There's something there, something seriously there, and I really, really like that particular horse. And I love Enzo, so that just goes to show you exactly how loud that voice in my head was. Enzo has been lights out awesome for a very long time, and I think he's going to be a very good horse for us this year. Was very, very good on Saturday again. Fashion Presidente, I think he's just a meat and potatoes run-of-the-mill colt, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's lots of room in the barn for hard-knocking, hard-nosed, run-of-the-mill horses. Yeah, absolutely. And Fashion Presidente may jump up and surprise everybody, but even if he doesn't, I like the horse. He's done very good things at the barn, and I'm very happy with him. Five Fish Species was good again yesterday. She keeps getting better and better and better. Very happy with her. Full Heart come in, I think, around 12. I think of all the Ontario breds for our rookie season, she's leading the charge into Ohio so far on March 13th. She just looks good, does her work well, and has a ton of speed to offer. So very happy with her. A little too aggressive right now, but we can dial that back a little bit, put a hood on her, earplugs on her, maybe put a little something in her mouth to keep her under control. But there's no doubt that the speed and the talent and the focus is there. Gandalf the Black is the number 2 horse on the list to go on gate. He's just a horse. He's just a horse. He's not a killer. He's not a monster. He doesn't even do his work great. He might do somebody some good that can look at him and say, geez, he's well put together, shadow plate colt, pretty well bred. I'm gonna take a stab at this guy. I'm gonna take a shot on him, which is fine. You might be right. I just don't see enough for us to keep him just yet. I just don't. GJ's ATM was injured last week. He's back going now, back looking good. Teresa's done a great job working on him all week. I saw him in the stall last night and today. He looks good. We can probably start jogging him tomorrow, I think. High Enterprise, again, top marks for this filly. She's been great all along for us. I think, again, talking about the depth of these charts, she comes in at 17. Ava, can you get your sister out, please, and bring her inside? Just tell Mom I'll be in 1 second, okay?
What about the bags?
I'll bring the bags in. Where are we at here? Hill Street Blues was good again yesterday. Continues to get better and better and better with that shoeing that we have on him. I think when the cork comes off, you're going to see him actually start to smoothen out even more and look really good. Horn Player, again, had those 3 little fragments taken out of her hock, but I still put her at number 5. The OCDs don't bother me at all. I just seen too much good come from this filly not to put her in the top 5. She is a very, very nice filly indeed. Lady All-Star has been great, did her work great the last 2 weeks. I put her on the list, and I wanted her on the list because of all the horses, I think she's shown the most change. So she went from stubborn, rude, and ignorant to smart, understanding her work, trying to do better. You can see it, you can feel it when you go with her. And I'm really impressed with the way this filly is going. Now, my wife's going to yell at me. That's her calling. She's right there. I'm going to get in trouble. Landing Pad, I put him on the list also just because I like him too much. I think there's too much there not to put him on the list. I love this horse. Landing Strip, biggest mover of the week. All we did was put the hobbles on him, and the horse just immediately shot forward. He looked incredible. I come on the track and just caught the end of the training set. Mario went by me after he's pulling him up and said, that's the stuff. He was perfect today. Leaps and Bounds continues to be a nice filly for us. She didn't make the top 20. In fact, she comes in around 26, and I just finished telling you in the exact same sentence how talented she is, and she lands right around 26. So That's the kind of horses we have training right now. Lost Spirit continues to train good. Another horse. Where does he come in? You know, this is another good-looking horse, done all his work well for the last little while. May Lose Control, another horse, continues to train down well. Magical Tom. These horses look great. All the horses. Magical Tom. Like, here's a very, very nice trotting colt. Ohio bred trotting colt. 30, 31, 32. Looked fantastic the other day. Marshall Zukov looked good training also. Finished up rather well Saturday training. Merchant Man, I told everybody, he's made his last break. We're going to put the hobbles on him, and I could be really wrong, but I highly doubt it. I think you are going to see a very, very big mile out of Merchant Man this coming week. More Than You Know looked good. First, they just jogged him on Saturday. He was castrated last week. We want to give him the week off. He trained great the week before. My 1% first swung to the pace, so we put flip-flops on him, took all the cork off him, and the snow came. So he tried to train in the snow with no cork and flip-flops on. Shockingly enough, he made a little break, but he looked good trotting. I thought he looked great otherwise. Mo Power Baby made it onto my list at like 11 or something. She is a big, strong filly. You guys are going to see a lot from her in the coming months. She looked very, very good Saturday again. Nothing But a Dreamer. I thought this horse looked awesome on Saturday. Very, very impressed with the way he looked. Another horse, I think you're going to see good things from him in 2022. Oh my gosh, he's been pretty sick the last week. High temps. So we've been trying just to keep his temperature under control, leave him alone. He did not train this week, and unless his temperature comes down by Wednesday, you may not see, like, comes down and he starts to feel good and we can get some work into him, you may not see him next Saturday if we do our drone. I still haven't looked at the weather. You may not see him next week, but he's been doing everything right. I'm very happy with him. Olchek had no cork on and still looked awesome yesterday. So it really begs to differ when you look and say, oh, you know, that horse didn't have cork and made a break. And then you see Olchek would train like a monster with no cork on and flip-flops. It's just every horse is different. Some horses can get through that stuff and some can't. Olchek certainly is one that can. He looked great. Outlaw Jesse James is up swimming with absolute euphoria, at least until the end of April, or the end of March. Real Fear looked good. We're going to make some shoeing and equipment adjustments on Real Fear this week. Start getting him under control. Fast colt. I like everything I see from him, but now it's time to start moving forward again. Want to let his hobbles out, take all the pads off him, lower his angle up front, put a head pull on each side. He's not going to like it, but for the next little while, wear a head pull on each side. Start getting this guy moving. Really, really happy with him, though. Rito Legacy, jury's out still. Does everything great. I talked to a number of clients about 6 weeks ago who became my partners on this filly. I like her. I need to see that fire in her belly. I just haven't seen it yet. Pace is nice. She's got a lot to offer, but I need to see more, and I hope to see it soon with Rito Legacy. Rosita's Dream was horrible Saturday. He looked terrible. We're going to have to make a little shoeing adjustment. We put the hobbles on him, and some horses just, the transition from no hobbles to hobbles is not always seamless at all. Some horses really struggle, and Rosita's Dream was one of them yesterday. Wowzers. We'll get him under control soon enough. Silent Assassin has looked great and continues to look great. Really excited about the New York season for, think about who we got. Cutie Cumber, Silent Assassin, and Five Fish Species, to name a few. Those three horses alone look very, very good. The fastest horse so far in our barn has been Sipping on My Shine. I went a mile and 25 or 26 with him by himself yesterday with an open bridle on. He lost his shoe in the warm-up for his set. I just went in and put the shoe back on him and come back out. The set was over. I just went the right way of the track with him, went a mile. Nice, easy mile, just like an aged horse to give he's warming up for a qualifier. He looked great yesterday. Really happy with his attitude, too. It's come a long, I told you, these What the Hills, you got to work them hard. And then they start to come around. This guy in Columbus, really starting to come around now. Smoking Hot Irish Girl looked incredible yesterday. I saw her. I jumped over a bunch of horses here. Back it up. Sir Strong made a break yesterday. You got to get to know Sir Strong. He's a little tricky. Johnny Wentland said he'd get running in a bit in the last turn. I lost him, but he said maybe a head pull. We had one on him. He doesn't really like it that much. He lays on it. I think he's just going to have to work through his little issues, but I like this colt. I like everything about him. Sir Strong was great last week. So yesterday. Sister Solange, just an awesome filly. Before Horn Player bumped her into 6. So in the top 6, we have 3 of the same sire. I almost gave it away. I don't want to give it away without you guys watching the top 20 list. So for those of you who haven't watched it yet, watch it. So Sister Solange, Just a really, really, really nice addition to our stable. She's sitting at number 6 on my top 20 list. There, the cat's out of the bag. Smoking Hot Irish Girl is on the list. She looks fantastic. Gee, she looked good yesterday. Spitfire Overseas looked great. A horse we got to work with that I know has a ton of talent, who's been a little down in the dumps the last couple of weeks, was Swinging Senorita. So we're going to work with her. They said she was a little bumpy in the corners this week. I didn't know that. So we'll put the hobbles on her and I'll train her this week and we'll see. But Swinging Senorita also was really sick for about 2 weeks, so she's a little bit behind everybody. I look for a big, big bounce back from her. Tactical Mounts, I'm going to tell you one thing. This filly has a ton of question marks surrounding her. She is so fast and so big and so beautiful. I could have, in my mind, there was a quiet little voice that was asking me to put her as number 1 overall. That's how much I think of this filly. I couldn't, obviously. She hasn't done enough. But I am of all the horses we have, I'm interested in watching them all finish off their training heading into the qualifying season. This filly is amongst some of the top ones. I'm so interested to see how she's going to race. I just think she has an endless supply of talent, it appears. Tailgate Buzz, another horse, has just been incredible for the last little while. Even I undervalued him, and it was brought to my attention by some of our clients, and I did. We went back and added a few stakes. He just looks awesome. Awesome right now. Very impressed with Tailgate Buzz. Twin Cedars All-Star. He was in the lower percentiles of our horses. He's slowly clawing his way forward. You know, he's been sick a number of times. He was small. He's getting better, but a lot of work to do for Twin Cedars All-Star. But he's doing it. He's doing it. So good for him. Una Madonna is fantastic. I can't say enough about this filly. She didn't go yesterday. Didn't train. She had a little burn on her heel. We gave her the week off. Man, I really think we got some really talented females for sure in colts, but definitely trotting fillies in this barn. Man, real scary. And I think this is amongst the top ones. Victor Cruz was good again yesterday. He just continues to look real easy about it, matter-of-fact way about his work, but does it so well. He just looks good. I'm not telling you he's going to go out and win in 51, but he's going to be a lot of fun to race this summer. Victor Cruz was good. Yuri looked better yesterday. He did. He made a break. I know. But in fairness to him, he also didn't have cork on, but he looked good. I'll tell you how good he looked. Coming to the half, I'm sitting 5th with whoever I had, and I moved. I think it was Tactical Mounts. I moved her over, and I started to advance. And I remember looking up, and Mary was in the 2-hole. I said, who the hell is that? It's not Castiles. And then just as I got to it dawned on me that it was Yuri. He rolled off, but he looked good. This is a horse that, I'm telling you, here's another horse. You're going to see him start coming forward now that we get the cork off him. He looked good yesterday. What a Mission continues to look good. He's kind of in the mix. You know, he's going to be a nice little, kind of a Victor Cruz type of horse. He's going to be a nice little horse to race this summer. I certainly can't walk the plank with him and say, this is a sire stake horse. That would be silly. He's got a lot of work to do to get to that level, but he's going to be a fun horse to race this summer. Whispering Song, I believe she is a sire stake filly, and didn't crack the top 20. This is a very, very nice filly. I cannot wait to see what she's going to turn into this season. And then wouldn't it be nice? I'm going to tell you, sick, then get healthy, then get sick again. You know, I can't knock this filly. It would be unfair of me to knock this filly. Why? It's not fair to her. She hasn't been able to do her work. So when she gets healthy, I'm going to pull the plug. I'm going to turn her out, bring her back in June. There's just too much time missed. Let's use the rest of this time in the training season to our advantage to let her get healthy, let her immune system build up, let her get bigger and stronger. I'm going to turn her out in the field. We've gone as far as we're going to go with Wouldn't It Be Nice, but it would be unfair to me to say, oh, she's no good, because I haven't got a chance to see. So in this case, in this particular case, I'm not going to sell her. I'm going to turn her out in the field. She's going out to the field in another week or so, and we get her cleaned up and healthy for the last time. Out she goes. So that is it. That's your list of 2-year-olds. Now you know everything. Anything I know about any horse in our barn that's 2 years old, you now know. You're up to date completely with them. Check out our top 20 list. Very important information in there. And I guarantee, as I said, a very big surprise coming in at number 1. So with that, I will talk to you soon. I got to get working here. It's Addie Bear's baptism today. I can't wait. Got to get changed, get cleaned up. Talk to you soon.